Thank you so much for coming. I don't expect too many people turn out. It's really, I think this is the first time, right, in Kai that we talk about democracy and minority rights. So, by the way, I'm Fermi, and it will be my last time holding a Unison event. And then today I see so many old friends, the youth that I have witnessed their, study, and now they're working, and so many younger generation, 4-5 students, and you are also here. And of course, we have our guests, and then I will introduce them one by one later on. Okay, so my part, it wouldn't take long. Today's schedule is a bit of a 10 minutes introduction about the background of organizing this seminar. And then we have a guest sharing. We have 4 guests. As I said, I will introduce. And also for the media, 傳媒朋友咧 Unison's spokesperson will be Puja Kapai, is our board member. So during the tea break, if any media you want to do the interview with the guests, so I think it's around 3 something, okay? And then after that, we have group discussion. And then please, you have, you are divided into different groups. For the secondary students, your facilitators will be kids, okay, secondary school students and candidates, okay? And then for the university students and working youth, adults, and then will become Zihong. Where's Zihong? Zihong. Oh, okay. I will introduce. Okay, Zihong. Okay. So and then after that, and you will come back to report what you have discussed. Okay. And then our guests, those guests who can stay, and we give you some comments. And then after that, we have a roundup. Okay, it's about 6. Okay. So. Why are we organizing this seminar? Before, I must admit that Unison always very much focus on education policy, because we do believe that is a fundamental human right, and also the most effective vehicles to change your life, right? And also to enjoy equal opportunities in Hong Kong. So we very much, fighting for education policy, quality education, employment, and legislation against racial discrimination, the law. Right now we have a law. And of course, Audrey know how it happens, right? And how weak the law is, right? Okay? And the background is that, recently, especially in recent months, that Hong Kong society is very hot debate on the democratic political system reform. Right, both electoral and the CE election. And also, of course, you can see one guy very popular, Benny, right, proposed Occupy Central. And then many people ask, why Occupy Central? How? Okay, so, and then for me, really, we don't have, in Hong Kong, we do not have a universal democratic political system. That, we don't have a right to vote. So, do you know that? Yeah, right. Of course, I don't have also, and only small number that have a right to vote. And every minority is represented in EXCO, most powerful and decision-making body, right? No representative. Last year, I went to UN, United Nations in Geneva, and then the member asked the government representative, okay, can you tell me the percentage of every minority represented in your EXCO? And legible. And the government said, no figure. No figure in my hand, I had to check it. And then we just shout, right? Puja was there also, 0. It's a 0. So you can see, right, your voice is not heard by the government. Especially, sometimes when they are formulating policies affecting you. Also, it's making by small number of people, right? Also, in Mexico, now we have a 70 seats, 70, and half is direct election. Another half is a functional constituency, right? That we categorize to different sector. And there's very small number of FMRTs that have the right to vote. Especially only few in business, I think, sector. But for social work, if you count it, I remember only one who is mixed social worker, can vote in social work. And then for the education, also very few that they have right to vote. And it's really affect, you are right. I will, for me, sometimes I still feel rather emotional. I remember when the Hong Kong Let's Go was discussing the race discrimination bill, and then I was trying very hard to persuade the Let's Go members that to have a better bill, to have better protection to your rights. And of course, the government wants to have more exemptions, right? The government doesn't want herself to be bounded by the law. And then, of course, as NGO, we want the bill to bound the government. And I write to all legal members. And then I approach those functional constituents. And one of them said that, Fermi, come on. Every artists who are there, they don't have a vote. Why should I bother? And some of them never reply my letter. And when I talk to them about every artist, they say, hey, this is a small number. Who cares? Why bother? And then now you can see, the law is really, really weak. Just, we have a few friends who support the democracy and also believe in human rights. And then they try hard to amend the bill, but still, because lack of full democracy, and the bill was passed in its form, which is, I would say, is quite discriminatory in a way. Another, I think, is really make me feel very, very bad is about the education. You may remember, back to 1998, there were only 4 government schools admitting FMRTs, right? Lilia Primary School, Secondary School, Lilia Primary School is private. EK, Nating Oak, right? And then Nating Oak, and then Lilia in EK government school. And when I try to talk to some legal member, come on, they are Hong Kong kids. They don't have the equal rights to choose the school. And again, hey, why bother? They already, their life here is better than their home country. If they are not happy with it, ask them go back to home. I say, here's their home. Where can you go, right? I think in the world. Here's your home. And then I try to lobby the secretary who was responsible for the education policy. I encountered 3 sets of appointed education secretary. The first one was Alpha Lee Culture. He never ever paid attention to education for FMRTs. And Fermi Law, right? If you remember now, is the EXCO member. And then the second one was Michael Sun. Never ever replied my letter. And then the secretary was Wong Hong Chiu. I think not many people remember him. The first year when he took up the seat, I said, please, Mr. Wong, I want to talk about education with every artist. For every artist. He said, oh, I'm new, Fermi, next year. And the next year I write to him again. I'm very busy now, we have an education reform. And then the third year I went to him again. Please, we have a generation already ruined by the education system. So I want to improve the education. The third year, he said, I'm leaving. You talk to the next one. Okay, and then the next one now is Cherry Jie and also Eddie M. Eddie M, the real name is incompetent, right? So incompetent. No mission, and no knowledge. And then Cherry Jie, I spent 16 years to fight for Chinese as a second language curriculum. Right? 16 years. People will say it's nothing controversial. It's not really politics. It's not because of the central government not allow you to do so. But it's no care because no matter they know that no matter how incompetent he or she is, as long as the Beijing government or CE like him, no problem. Can still stay on the seat. Why? Because we cannot vote them out. Right? So that's why I feel it's really, really bad when I look back, my role fighting for ethnic equality. And as a Hong Kong citizen, I really want to assure you, you are part of Hong Kong, and you always part of Hong Kong, you can contribute. Yeah. So I just want, after today's seminar, and then you know more about what's democracy, what is, to do with your rights. And also, please, try to exercise your rights as a Hong Kong citizen. Okay, this is my part, right? Okay, so But of course, you really need to monitor, the performance of the one you vote, and also you vote smartly. And I remember, before many government officials asked me, "Hey, Fermi, why you so care about every Marxist, and you yourself are not every Marxist? Is it your husband or your boyfriend is a Pakistani or Indian? My husband is a Chinese. And are you Muslim?" I said, "No, I'm a Christian." And then they really said, "You see, it's so small number, it's multi-interest. Even we ignore their voice, still okay." I said, "Look, first of all, they are part of Hong Kong, they have a right of vote. Second, I believe many people like me, or the people today here, even though they're Chinese, they believe in ethnic equality, they believe in human rights. They still, we can't if you care about them, right? So I believe that, you can really make a difference as long as you exercise your right, and then you will care." Okay, so this is my part. Thank you. And and a little bit business is, everyone should have a folder. And there is some background information, and you can read, after the seminar. And also, don't forget to fill up the evaluation form after the seminar for us. We really want to know your feedback, your comment. Okay, then the first one today, already here, Audrey. Do you recognize her? Yeah. Okay, who had debate with Donald Trump, right? And really want to ask that, what is democracy? And why it's so important to Hong Kong. So we have Audrey. Please, thank you.